This might also be an absolute pipe dream. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Sarah Labrat, and in today's writing vlog, I attempt to win April Camp NaNoWriMo. I start with April 23rd, which is the day that I hit page 100 in my big picture edits. And then at the end of that day, I decided that I wanted to shoot for editing 40,000 words in 1 week. I started April 23rd with 56,390 words on page 56 of the second of 3 perspectives. I'm also snacking on this kind of popcorn, which is like absolutely delicious. It's still April 23rd. I just sat down to look at my stats for the day, and I noticed that I worked on pages 56 to 61. That means I passed the 100-page mark for my big picture edits in this draft. How did I get there? I got there because this is the second of 3 perspectives, and in the first perspective, which I've already big picture edited, I ended up with about 40 pages, I believe. I think it was exactly 40 pages. I started with 33, brought it up to 40, but those 40 pages, in addition to these now 61 pages, puts me at 101 of big picture editing that I am done with now. It will need me to go back over it and just smooth things out, but things are getting a lot better. I'm very happy with where things currently stand, and so I don't know, that just really made me smile when I realized that I hit that point today, and I'm very excited about that. It's probably a good thing too that I hit that, because it's the final week of April Camp NaNoWriMo. My goals for Camp NaNoWriMo were to finish the big picture edits on my Project DE, which is a high fantasy told from 3 points of view, but I actually started my Camp Nano project, aka this developmental edit, on March 14th, I believe. And so I was gonna give myself 6 weeks to finish the developmental edits, and now I'm 5 weeks into it. I mean, I hit the 100th page, that's really exciting. However, I still have a solid chunk to go, probably close to 100 more pages. Today, in working on my 5 pages, it took me 1 hour and 10 minutes, and I actually ended up deleting about an entire page to make a scene more current to what's going on in this rewrite and how the characters have shifted. Something that I found interesting was this was one of the chapters that I had submitted when I was in college for a creative writing workshop. It was actually an independent study where I was getting credit to basically turn in chapters of my book as I was writing them. And the feedback that I got back from my professor was that parts of the scene were really melodramatic, and I had that feeling too when I was writing it, but something about it felt off, but I still turned it in and everything. And then taking his notes on this chapter right now is very helpful moving forward, because he was right. It does not need to be this melodramatic. It's kind of pointless with what's happening in the story. I have also been using a green highlighting method to figure out where I am in my edits, and it's really nice when I hit a chunk of a few sentences or even a few paragraphs that I can just unhighlight green, because I don't need to change anything in those sections. And it's fantastic when that happens, because I can really just soar through the edits. I also realized that I have not yet updated the Camp Nano website, which is kind of difficult because I'm not really sure where I am, but I'm gonna do that now. So in doing my 5 pages today in 1 hour and 10 minutes, I got a negative net word count today of 92 words, which is okay. I got 5 pages done. I'm happy with it. I deleted an entire page. The fact that that's not less, I'm very happy with. So far in my Camp NaNoWriMo project, I have edited 46,977 words, and now it's time to enter it. So this is what my graph looks like. Obviously that's not super accurate because I have not been updating the website. Also, this is not super accurate either because I just fixed that. Hold up. Okay, so now this is having problems because this is how many words I have, but this is not letting me enter that amount. I wonder if it physically can't understand more than 20,000 words in a day or something, or if it wonders if I'm cheating. I don't know, but okay, well that's concerning. I think I'm gonna check it tomorrow morning and just see what's up with the website. It's currently 11 p.m., so I wanna go to bed, but I think maybe it's just freaking out with the number of words I entered. And so I'm gonna check it tomorrow, make sure everything's cool, and then I'm getting credit for what I've done. This might also be an absolute pipe dream, but I'm kind of wondering if I can still hit my 87,000 word goal for Camp NaNo. I chose 87,000 words because that is how many words were in the rough draft of my project DE. I don't know if I can get it that far, but if I could, that would be amazing. Well, I guess we will check in with me tomorrow and just see how I did and if I can hit 87,000. That is almost a full 40,000 more than where I'm at right now, but I might be able to do it depending on how much work this perspective needs and how much I can just continue to unhighlight it green. Okay, I just did more math. If I were to do 40,000 more words with a page roughly being 500, I would still need to do 80 pages within the next 7 days. That's a lot. I'm very aware it might not happen, but again, I have nothing but time at this point, and so I might as well give it a shot. Doesn't matter if I hit it, because what I'm going for is progress. I'm doing really well so far today. I've done 2 writing sprints that totaled about an hour and 15 minutes, and I've already written about 5 pages today, even though it's not even yet 2 p.m. In the last writing sprint, I was starting to fatigue just a little bit, and I still have quite a bit to do today if I want to try and edit 40,000 words before the end of Camp NaNo, which right now, because I'm feeling really good about it, still seems doable, and so that does mean that I have a lot yet to do today, probably about 7 more pages, but I was doing really well earlier today, and so I'm going to try and just keep that productive streak up. So now I'm going to take a break and go for a walk with my mom, and then when I get back I will do more editing. I've been wanting to do a live write-in for a while. I kind of wanted to do one to celebrate 500 subscribers, but now I'm at like 620, but because I'm doing this insane push to the end, I just figured out StreamYard and I set up one for tomorrow morning, which is April 25th at 11:30 a.m. and I'm very excited about it. I'm a little bit nervous, but I think I figured everything out about StreamYard and how to use it and use the banners and like click on comments and split my screen and set it up, but now I'm really excited about it. So that has been all set up. I put the 2 documents on top of each other, and this top set of numbers is where I'm at in the second draft, and this bottom set of numbers was where I was at in the rough draft, and so I have now officially added a whole 10,000 words. I'm also following along in the rough draft, and now I'm a whole 16 pages further than I was in the rough draft. Okay, so for my Camp NaNoWriMo goal of writing 87,000 words, and so what I still have left to do, or had left to do before today, was 40,023 words that still needed to be edited. I'm giving myself a week to accomplish that when it took me 5 weeks to write 46,977 words, I believe, or whatever I had yesterday. Essentially, when you boil it down, that leaves me to have to edit 5,717 words a day, which is also roughly 11.5 pages. But today, on April 24th, I hit those numbers. I edited 6,344 words, which were the pages between 61 and 74, and that is in my second of 3 perspectives, so there were previous pages, but I'm just talking about this one perspective that I'm currently working in. For all of those words that I edited, I actually ended up adding a whole lot of words today. I added 2,534 words, which is absolutely insane, even on like a writing day for me, much less an editing day. To like add that many is crazy. And I did that in 3 hours and 5 minutes of editing sprints / writing sprints as I went throughout the day, and like several of them were long ones. Like one of them was a 55-minute, one of them was like an hour and 20-minute sprint, which does not sound like a sprint to me, but like hey, it worked. It really, really worked. So I am now a little bit ahead of schedule, and I think I stopped at a really good point for tomorrow where I can pick up when I start my first live stream, which is gonna be really nice actually, because I don't think the next couple of scenes need a lot of work. They pretty much just need to be brought up to speed with the changes that I've made thus far, which should overall be pretty minor changes, and so hopefully I will be able to get a lot of pages done tomorrow. But it does feel really good to be ahead of schedule for where I am right now, which is day 1 of 7, but I'm gonna try to ignore that fact. I did end up fixing the issue with the Camp Nano website. For whatever reason, I'm still not really sure why that happened, but today basically what I did was I ended up having to add the words as an individual words this session instead of updating the total word count like I was trying to do yesterday. But that worked for whatever reason, and so now the Camp NaNoWriMo website reflects where I currently am. I also got to make French toast today, which was really delicious and a lot of fun to do that with my mom. And I think it was also really fun because French toast has a lot of sugar in it, and so I feel like that's what I needed because my goal is to edit 40,000 words within the week, and so I think French toast was a great way to kick that off. This idea of editing 40,000 words within a week is an absolute crackpot idea, but it's so much of a crackpot idea that it might work. But because it's a week, it's almost easier to view it as a sprint towards the end. It's not like I'm trying to get this many words done a day for several months or like several years, and so it's not like a marathon. It is very much a sprint to the end, and the end is within sight. It is now like 6 days away, I believe, because today is Friday. This upcoming Thursday is the last day of Camp Nano, and that crazy idea, that crazy sprint to the end is what's making it seem so doable right now. I'm really hoping that continues because I did do 3 hours and 5 minutes of creative work today in my project DE. It was all editing work, but from my building my writing schedule, which I've referenced in my several past videos, but I've found it to be extremely helpful sitting down and like trying to figure out what my writing routine / schedule looks like. That was really helpful for me to like know that I have about 2 to 3 hours of creative energy within a day, and I used 3 hours of it today, and so I'm hoping that that continues, because if it took me 3 hours and 5 minutes to do about 13 pages, it's gonna take me about 3 hours every day for the next week. A lot of the work that I did today was working on raising the stakes because I moved something forward in the storyline to be much more pivotal where I ended up putting it, which was in the scenes that I was working on today. And the scenes around it were a little bit too mild and didn't have enough information in it that fueled on the plot, and so I was really having to enrich things. So I had to work on those scenes, adding more tension and more fear, just essentially overall raising the stakes, and I think it went really well. It is 11 p.m. I am exhausted from today's work, but I did get to make French toast. I did get to go for a walk. I ended up watching Pacific Rim, the second one, with my family. I got a whole lot done. I'm very happy with it. It's now 11 p.m. I'm gonna go to bed so that I can get up in the morning and do my first ever live write-in. I'm very excited. I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, my live stream's gonna start soon. I'm getting ready. I'm live streaming right now. When I got on, there were already 23 people waiting for me. We are now in our second writing sprint, and there are 47 people here, so thank you so much to everybody who came and made this one such a success. All right, and I just signed off.
People, you can just...
On April 26th, I did a lot today. I had my first live write-in. I had a call with some other author tubers, and I had a Zoom call with some of my friends who are in Dallas. But in addition to that, mostly thanks to my first ever live write-in today, I did work on pages 75 to 87. And in order to reach my goal of 40K in this week, I need to edit 5,717 words a day, and today I edited 6,028 words, which was about 12 pages. And of that, I had net added 731 words in 2 hours and 25 minutes. I worked on adding some new scenes today. I got to cross a lot of things off in my notebook. The new scenes did come out a little bit rough, but that is something that I will fix in my next edit. I also went for a walk with my parents, and after my Zoom call with some other author tubers, I did did go for a walk and then came back and did more writing and watched some Shark Tank before I did the Zoom call with my friends and then finished my editing. I know what I gave myself was a very short deadline, but I am quickly racing towards that number. Today is April 26th. I only did about a page. I edited 520 words, and of that I net added 105 words. I spent a lot of today working on my Monday video, which was my last one that I posted. However, that means that I got only a 10th of what I wanted to get done today. But that's okay. My eyes have been hurting today. I think it was because I was outside for so long, and I'm pretty sure it's just allergies, or maybe I've been staring at a screen for too much the past several days with my editing goals. But it was really nice to get outside and go paddleboarding today and just get some sun while it was really nice. And hopefully this doesn't set me back too far. Thankfully, I got my video ready to go up tomorrow on Monday, and then I will have a lot of time tomorrow to just get pages done. And then this is my video for Thursday, and so I don't need to worry about that. I am really confused on the website right now because my two graphs, this one and this one, are not agreeing. This one says that I have 59,000 words, and this one says that I'm at 78,000 words. They're not communicating when they really should be. So for April 27th, thankfully, I had gotten a little bit ahead during the first 2 days of this week, and so then yesterday on April 26th, when I only did about a page, it was actually okay because I was a little bit ahead of schedule. Not enough to make up the amount of pages that I did not do yesterday, but today I did hit the number of pages I needed to get done within a day, which were pages 88 to 99. I edited 5,913 words and net added 1,091 words, and I did all of that within 2 hours and 15 minutes today. And it was today that I kind of noticed that I'm not really even looking at the notes in my notebook, because I've gotten to the point where I understand what's not congruent with the plot, and so writing out my notes really helped me, but I don't need to check it every 5 seconds. And so, of course, to myself, because I think I'm really funny, I was making jokes that my notes walked so my edits could run. Today, on top of editing, I had an appointment. I went for a walk and I did some work for my part-time job. And I also started reading a book today, which might not be a super great idea because after like the first 19 minutes, because I'm listening to it on audiobook, after like the first 19 minutes, I just wanted to like not do my edits and just keep listening to the book, which is kind of dangerous when I have this impending deadline that I set for myself. In my last video where I tried writing a query letter for a contest that's coming up within a few days, someone recommended that my story kind of sounds like it has similar traits to The Priory of the Orange Tree, which has been on my TBR list for a very long time, almost a year since it came out, and I finally decided to get that on audiobook. And then I started listening to it and immediately was like overwhelmed with the number of places named, the number of characters named. And so I also ordered it on Amazon in paperback, which will be showing up in a few days so that I can follow along in the book and switch off reading in the book and listening to the audiobook. But I got my pages done today. I'm very happy with that. My eyes were not bugging me earlier today, and so it might be a mix of allergies and strain because they really started hurting during the like 4 hours that I did for my part-time job, where I just like stared at my computer, and they're really kind of hurting now. Again, I need to figure out how to be nicer to my eyes while I'm doing a lot of screen time. I also passed 60,000 words in the second perspective that I'm working on, and so it is the second of 3 perspectives. I passed 60,000 words within this perspective, which means that I have officially added about 12,000 total words to this perspective alone. If you put that on top of the, I think, 3,000 words I added to the first perspective of the 3, I have hit my 15,000 added words goal that I talked about in my Q2 goals video, where in big picture editing my project DE during the month of April for Camp NaNoWriMo, I wanted to add about 15,000 words, or I assumed I would be adding about 15,000 words to the existing 87,000, but I still have another perspective to go, and so I'll probably add somewhere between 5,000 and 10,000 more, but that is something that we will just have to see as I continue blazing through this. Now, out of my 87,000 word goal, I have edited 65,782 words. However, that is still incongruent with the numbers that it has on its homepage. It says I'm almost there, which I really disagree with, and it also internally really disagrees with itself. Because these numbers are not the same as the graph, I'm worried that if I put my 6,744 words in, it's gonna tell me I'm done here, even though I'm not done here. That being said, I am going to try it, and we're just gonna hope that it doesn't tell me that I'm done. Okay, so we're good here. This is what my graph is looking like. It is past midnight now, so this is where this dot should be, but I mean, I guess that one's just gonna go up more tomorrow. On April 29th, I edited for 2 hours and 40 minutes. I edited 6,744 words, of which I net added 1,550 and worked on pages 100 to 114. Before I started the day, I had 21,218 words left to go before I reached the 87,000, and now after my day, I still have 14,474 left. But I have 2 more days left of April, and it's past midnight now, and so I guess I'm in the second to last day. I really want to be done tomorrow on April 29th instead of April 30th so that I can have my video go up on the morning of April 30th, because that's when I tend to post, is in the mornings on Mondays and Thursdays. But I also have an appointment Thursday afternoon that's going to interfere with editing and or uploading this video. And so I'm not totally sure how I'm gonna get 14,000 words done tomorrow, because that is double the best day of editing that I've had so far, but who knows, maybe I'm gonna wake up and feel really, really productive. I would say that if I do it in 2 days, it's plausible, but that's still a lot. I think today was one of my better ones where I got like 6,700 done. But editing this quickly and making this much progress as fast as I am really makes me think that I'm gaining a lot of ground, which I definitely am. It's really interesting though to see that I was right in my building my writing schedule video, that I have 2 to 3 hours of creative energy within a day, which is why I'm not sure that I can do 14,000 words of editing tomorrow, because I've been averaging between that 2 to 3 hour sweet spot for me, and I've been exhausted and have stayed up late every day to hit those numbers. But editing at this pace makes it feel much more similar to reading it and like I'm reading it, so it's much easier to keep the big picture in mind when I'm editing. But all in all, I need to stop staying up this late because it's currently 12:45 and I just inputted my daily stats in the Camp NaNoWriMo website, and I really need to go to bed, especially if I'm gonna try and shoot to get almost 15,000 words edited tomorrow, as well as editing this video. Oh gosh. I am still calling today April 28th, but if I want to accomplish all that I said I was going to accomplish or try to accomplish tomorrow, I'm going to probably need to work for 5 or 6 hours, which is wild and will probably greatly fatigue me if I can even make it to that point or make it past the 3-hour mark. But I'm gonna try, and I'm going to start right when I get up, probably around like 10:30 or something. But I'm going to jump right in with hopefully 45 minutes or an hour of editing, and then I'll eat my breakfast, and then I'll do more editing. And ideally, the only breaks that I will take will be productive and or for food. Today is April 29th. I've already edited for about an hour today. I got 2.5 pages done, but now I'm kind of at where I had ended the second of the 3 perspectives because I didn't know where I wanted to end it, and I figured that out now, that I actually need to add in several scenes to get me to where I wanted to end this perspective for this book. But that's kind of the issue right now, is that I know how many words I would need to add in order to hit my editing goal for April, and I've never added more than 4,000 words in a day, and like 2,000 words is like a crazy good day for me. And so there's no way that I'm gonna be adding 10,000 words today, and so I'm gonna switch to the third of the 3 perspectives and leave this perspective where it's at, and then after I hit that goal of reaching the 87,000, then I will go back and add in those scenes that need to be added in. But I'm gonna switch to the third perspective for now because I have not yet started big picture editing that one, and so I know that there's lots to big picture edit, and I think that if I switch now, I will be able to hit that crazy goal I have for the day. It is kind of hard switching perspectives that quickly just because I really was feeling the other character's headspace. It was like very in her mind. I was really enjoying working with that. And now switching over to this third perspective, I have not been in this one in a while, and so I'm gonna have to get back into it, which is gonna be a little weird, but hopefully everything will be fine. It's just kind of an abrupt switch, and then I will have to go back to the second perspective and try to get back into it so that I can write the final like 2 or 3 chapters. But that's after I finish the 87,000 word editing goal for April Camp NaNoWriMo. Because I switched perspectives so rapidly, every time I go to write this third perspective's main character's name, I accidentally write the main character's name from the second perspective. It is now 4:30 and I have edited 6,328 words, which means that I am almost at the halfway point for my crazy insane goal today, but that I have passed my regular 5,717 words needed for each day. But I was a little bit behind, and I'm trying to do 2 days at once, and so I'm a little less than halfway to where I need to be, but I'm feeling pretty good still. It's now a little bit before 5 o'clock and I have passed 8,000 words, which means that I'm over halfway done with the goal that I set for myself today. It means that I have about 6,500 more words to edit, which seems doable now that I've passed the halfway point. It looks pretty outside, but it's cold and windy, which makes today a great day to be inside editing. I finished 11,500 words. Crazy.
Like, how many pages of a novel is 14,000 words?
Like 25 or 30.
Okay.
A lot. But I'm at 11,500 now. Oh my gosh, I'm 200 words away. Okay, so I needed 14,474 words. I'm about to total up what I've done today. Okay, I did 12,645 words in this perspective and 2,003 words in the last perspective. I did it. I went over by 174 words. I did it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Now it's stats time. Oh my gosh, wow. Okay, the stats are finally in. Today, on April 29th, I edited for 5 hours and 35 minutes. I net added 895 words in the second of the 3 perspectives and worked on editing 2,003 of those words. And then in the third of the 3 perspectives, the one that I switched to in like this afternoon, I net added 2,022 words, which is a total of net adding 2,917 words today. That is one of the best writing days I've ever had, and it wasn't even a writing day. I worked on pages 114 to 118 in the second of the 3 perspectives, and then when I switched to the third of the 3 perspectives, I worked on page 2 through 29. Wow, my punctuation skills have completely gone out the window. I started typing dialogue without any punctuation at all, no periods, no question marks, no quotation marks, nothing. It was just like run-on sentences. I did like fix it, but I would like notice after like a couple lines, and then I would have to go back and like change everything. I also noticed that the main character in this third perspective is really dramatic, and it was really starting to annoy me a little bit. I'm gonna need to tone that down in future drafts and I also worked on fixing several like minor plot holes in this perspective today, which was really nice. I got all of that done before 9:15 p.m. That's wild. Wow, I guess now I get to win Camp Nano. I'm gonna plug this into the website. Oh my gosh, I did it. I'm above the line. My total word count was 87,174 words, and the total that I was going for was 87,000. I won! I won! That's so exciting. I started on May 14th to give myself 6 weeks to do the big picture edits on my project DE. I ended up moving somewhere in there, and that took up a solid week where I wasn't really able to get much editing work done. But here we are. I accomplished my goal of editing 87,000 words for Camp Nano. I chose 87,000 words because that is the number of words that was in the rough draft when I finished it. And now there are more than that, and so even though I am not done completely with my big picture edits on this draft, it does mean that I won Camp Nano. However, Camp Nano has not yet given me the winning banner or winner's sheet yet that I've seen in past years, and so I really want that winning banner, so I'm going to try again tomorrow, but this video is going up on Thursday, which is April 30th, so I'll have to include a little clip in my next writing vlog. I was going to celebrate tonight and make brownies, but it was like 9:15 when I was done. I still needed to get this video edited, and now it's midnight and I'm filming this and still editing my video, so there was no time for brownies. I will be making brownies tomorrow to celebrate, thankfully, and I will probably give myself the day off just because I accomplished so much this week. This was an insanely productive writing week just in general, just like in added words as well as time spent on my creative projects. I was also able to do longer editing sprints than I have been able to in the past, like today, April 29th, I did one that was like an hour and 20 minutes, and then I did 2 other hour-long sprints, and then like 2 half-hour sprints. It was insane. On April 24th, I net added 2,534 words. On April 25th, I net added 731 words. On April 26th, I net added 105 words. On April 27th, I net added 1,091 words. On April 28th, I net added 1,550 words, and today, April 29th, I net added 2,917 words. That's insane. So both April 24th and April 29th, I had more than 2,000 net added words. I did stay up very late to do that some of these nights, and I'm staying up again late, and so I'm looking forward to sleeping in tomorrow, and I'm really gonna need to fix my sleep schedule after this. Also, all of the staring at my computer, even though I was trying to take breaks to like look out the window and go for walks and rest my eyes have been hurting, and that's really not a good sign. My posture, I've been doing a lot of slouching, even like right now I'm slouching even though I'm leaning forward on the desk. My posture has gone like absolutely insane because I've been doing a lot of this sitting on the couch. This was an insane week, but I'm very happy I did it. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you guys are watching this on April 30th and you are still doing April Camp NaNoWriMo, I commend you. Congratulations, you're gonna kill this. All right, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I'm Sarah LeBrat. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you would give it a big thumbs up because this was really kind of painful. I'm very happy with it, but it was kind of painful. So if you could give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not already, it really supports my channel. And I post videos twice a week, typically on Mondays and Thursdays, and so I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye!